All right, in our section on premium negotiation tips, or premium reduction tips, we're going to talk next about the loss runs. And loss runs are really critical to driving down premium, but clients often make a mistake of not reviewing the loss runs before they're sent on to a broker. And so there are a number of issues here. First, loss runs are very, very sketchy when it comes to describing a claim. It might be limited to 4 or 5 words. And so if you're an underwriter and you obtain just the loss run and you've got 4 or 5 words of description, by definition as an underwriter, you really have to assume the worst. You have to look at that and assume that something really terrible may have happened because you don't have any further description. So we strongly recommend to clients that they look at the loss runs and they make sure that, number one, the description is accurate, because often it is not. But furthermore, that the client go further and help the broker understand more about what really caused the loss, and in particular, why it couldn't happen again, so that the broker can make an argument to the underwriter and not rely simply on a brief description from some other insurance company. Very important that you help clarify the losses and describe what happened. And under the section on the website, the Insurance Dragon website, called Workers' Compensation, we have documents you can download with probably 100 potential arguments that will trigger thoughts that will help you coach your broker to help the broker negotiate lower premium relative to the loss runs. Secondly, most clients know that in order to obtain a quote, you have to provide 4, sometimes 5 years of loss runs. The problem is that sometimes insurance companies provide more than 4 years of loss runs. This can be good or this can be bad. If you had a loss, for example, back 7 years ago that was very serious, that might tilt an underwriter's opinion of your business. So again, you need to look at what you're sending on to brokers and not simply assume that this is required documentation and not pay any attention to it. Alternatively, you may have 10 years of terrific loss experience. And so while underwriters aren't requiring more than 4 or 5 years, you really should provide everything that you have if your loss experience has been good. That can help you, even though it's not required. The last thing is what we call broker tricks. And there's another reason to look at what's being provided, because we see this occasionally where brokers will provide loss runs when they know full well that a reserve, for example, on a particular claim has come way down, but they provide the loss run anyway, knowing that it will defeat the ability of any other broker to bid on the insurance. So it's important for clients to look at the reserves, look at the values that are established, make sure they're appropriate and that they're accurate for the time frame. There are other things that brokers do. In California, if a business writes a letter to an insurance company asking for the loss runs for that business, by law, the insurance company is obligated to respond within 10 working days. And so when a client asks a broker for loss runs, a lot of times brokers will delay the process. And so if the broker is delaying more than 2 weeks in terms of obtaining the loss runs and providing them to you, you should be suspicious that the broker is trying to defeat your ability to obtain other quotes from other brokers. It's a tip-off that the broker is behaving badly. You can download the document on the website and it will have other thoughts about loss runs and how you can help yourself.